Hi guys, today I will be talking about my year with books. Yay! This year I wanted to start reading more. I didn't do that because I kind of went into a reading slump. But I got back on, hence me making this video. I read 8 books. 3 more than I thought I would read. I thought I was only going to read 5. Well, that was my goal. So I surpassed my goal. That's something. That has to be something. Right. I'm a new reader and I used to read a lot in middle school, but I fell off completely in high school and now I'm trying to bring that back. So let's see. I don't remember when I read these books, like the specific days or how long, but I do know the order. So that's what we're gonna do today. So that's how, yeah. The first book I started off this year is the Ash Princess Trilogy by Laura Sebastian. This book was really good. It was really good. It was so easy to read, especially as a new reader, and I don't feel like I was ever confused. It was just really good. This was my 3rd time reading it, like this year, to then read the trilogy because I didn't know it was a trilogy, and then I got the other 2 books. So yeah, I think I don't ever see it on Book Talk, so I'm talking about it because no one talks about it. I like this book a lot, and I gave this book, I gave it 5 stars only because I have read it so many times and I feel like it's just an easy read. The character is morally kind of dark just because she goes through a lot of traumatizing things, but I kind of like how everything leads up to it and she doesn't change because of that, and you know, she's just trying to make a name for herself. You know what I mean? Obviously you don't, unless you read the book. Good, if you have. I definitely recommend. The next book I read was Lady Smoke, which is the 2nd book to the trilogy. I'm not gonna lie, this book is the reason why I went into a reading slump this year, and it was so bad. Not the book, I just mean my reading slump. It was a long time. I think it was most of this year. I think since summer. I think since the beginning of summer I had stopped reading, and then I didn't start reading again until like November. So yeah, I gave this book like 3.25 stars. The last 80 pages or so, I want to say, were the reasons why this book, I could see why it was, yeah, it ended up being good. It was harder for me to get into. I kind of detached myself a little bit around the middle, but it was really good altogether. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say for that book. The next book, the last book of the series, is Ember Queen, and this book is so good. It didn't feel rushed at all. It was fast paced. It had me hooked from beginning to end. I loved it. I gave it 4.5 stars. It was really good. Altogether, I think I would give this book, this trilogy, 4 stars. 4 stars. I want to say 4 stars. I feel like if you're a new reader and you want to start getting into reading, especially fantasy, this is something very light, fluffy. It's good to start off with. Maybe look into it more, other people's perspectives. I really liked it. Maybe it's not talked about for a reason. Maybe it's just old. I don't know. But it's good. If you're a new reader, by all means. Or if you're just a reader in general, good trilogy. Fast paced. Because of my reading slump, I didn't really feel like reading, but I had started watching this book talker. I'm gonna put her name up, or her at. I'm gonna put her up, and she is so enthusiastic with her books. She has before, during, after videos, and I promise you, they are so funny. I love them. She is the main reason why I started reading again. Also, the main reason why I got Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I'm pretty sure it's called the Empyrean series, if I'm saying that right. This book was all over TikTok, so I bought it. I read it. I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. I definitely saw the hype. I know some people love it, some people think it's not really their thing. So it really just depends on your reading style, what you prefer to read. But I thought this book was so easy to read. It was fast paced. It had me hooked from like page 50 on. It was not boring at all. I found myself dreaming about this book. I found myself waking up and wanting to read this book. So I give it 5 stars. It was amazing, and it also ended up being my book of the year just because it really did get me out of my reading slump, and I haven't read a book that has given me that feeling ever, and now I just want to chase that feeling. And if you're any reader, you know what I'm talking about. So yes, Fourth Wing is a must. 5 stars, definitely recommend. Beautiful book. Iron Flame. Oh my gosh. A lot of people have very conflicted feelings about this book, but I feel like it goes more in the political side of everything, considering that she's now into like the group of the war and whatnot, and them like strategizing, figuring out what they're gonna do, her having to trust no one, not being able to talk to anyone, and the only person she can talk to, they have the same argument every time. I'm not gonna lie, it could have been maybe 150 pages less. It was a little repetitive in the beginning, but it got really good towards the middle and the end, and it was so good. The ending had me starstruck. I couldn't. Okay, I gave this book 4 stars. It was good. I liked the way that it was more strategizing, figuring out how to save everyone, figuring out how to tell everyone. It was just, I loved it. I loved the book. 4 stars. Definitely recommend the series. Okay, Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. It wasn't my favorite. It was kind of I don't know. I gave it 3 stars. I'll recommend it. Maybe some people love this book. It wasn't really my favorite thing. I've read better, and I don't know. I'm probably not gonna finish this. I'm pretty sure it's a duology. I don't know if you think the second book is worth it. Let me know, but I don't think I'm planning on finishing. Like I don't know. Okay, The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. This book, I've never finished a book so fast. I finished this book in 2 days. Like, I'm pretty sure I finished it in less than 48 hours. It was so good. It genuinely had me hooked from the first page, and it was beautiful. I tabbed it terribly, and now every time I grab it, I just crinkle plastic. It's annoying, but I wanted to tab it, so I did. I don't know why I grabbed these tabs, but I got new ones. Thank God. Definitely recommend. 5 stars. 5 stars. It was so good. I loved it. The writing was so easy. Enemies to lovers, workplace, forced proximity, fake dating. It was so good, especially after reading so many fantasy books. I needed the fluffy romance. I needed the fluffy rom-com. I just needed the vibes, and this definitely delivered. I can see why everyone loves it. If you don't love it, then cool. The last book I read this year is ACOTAR. I have been wanting to read this book, this series, and I went in completely blind. I know everyone talks about this series, but I went in completely blind. I didn't even know it was a Beauty and the Beast retelling until after I had read the book. Which I was on chapter 1 and I was like, maybe I should read the back. I kind of like that though. I was a little confused because everyone's always talking about Raisin. And Tamlin was her love interest. So it was a little confusing. But I liked Tamlin. He kind of turned into a little dog, which I didn't like that. I didn't like how he's supposed to be all high and mighty and then he's like bowing down, like on his knees, like begging. I was just like, after that I detached myself from it. I was like, you could have done better. And then you're not even like acknowledging her, like, I don't know. But this book was so good. It's the first book, so obviously I get the build up. It took me a little longer to get into it, like 100 or so pages, and then I was like, oh, I see where she's going with this. Sarah J Maas is just beautiful. I love her writing. I gave this 4 stars just because it didn't give me that feeling, and I feel like it, like, I don't know, it just, 4 stars just felt right. And yeah, that was it. Those are all the books I read. Oh, so many, I know. But yeah, let me know if you have any other suggestions that you think you got that, oh my gosh, you know, exciting, dreaming, thinking about 24/7, talking about, because that's only Fourth Wing has given me those vibes. It was only ever Fourth Wing. And yeah, now I'm gonna start this channel to, I don't know, have fun with my reading, since I'm really trying to get into this seriously, and I'm taking you along the journey. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.